So they get thrown into the prison cell. Well, one, Aang being the Avatar gets like outed pretty quickly, and he's like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta let us go." And they're like, "Ah, nope." I also love the comedic bit about the renovation of the cell.
The
They're like,
renovations.
they're like, put him in
The
the like,
newly refurbished
yeah.
dungeon.
And he's like, "Wait, which one
What
is
is it
that?" And
called
he's like,
again?
"The one that was the bad one, but is now the refurbished good one, or whatever." I can't remember the
Or
exact
the
phrase right
chamber,
now.
chamber.
Chamber,
The
yeah,
newly
it's
refurbished chamber.
uh,
It's
yeah. He
just so
goes
good.
through the refurbished
There's
chamber
yeah.
that was once bad. Is amazing. Like,
It's so funny. There's my other favorite running gag in this whole episode is every time he makes a joke or makes like a bad dad joke, there's the cough in the background.
yeah,
It's
because
like
everyone's just
silent.
silent.
He's like, let us leave. And then there's just like a
So
it's
good.
just so funny.
It's great, honestly, and especially because the dad jokes are good. Like they're such good. I genuinely
They're so
laughed.
good.
I don't know how I forgot about it, but they are like the let us leave, and he's got the piece of let. Like, come on, man, that's too good.
Like as a
It's
kid, I was like, haha. But now as an adult, I'm like, no, that's
it's
funny.
genuinely
It's like
hilarious.
SpongeBob humor.
It's such a good bit. So they get thrown into the refurbished chamber that was once
Mhm.
bad. They try to escape. Aang's like, we can get through the vents, tries to send Momo in there. Momo does not fit, which is so funny.
The fat
Um,
lemur.
yeah, he's got some, he's been snacking a lot. He's been stealing
He's snacking a
Sokka's
lot.
food. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so they go to bed, and Aang wakes up to find that Sokka and Katara are gone, and now he's got to compete in these challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, the joke happens where Bumi's like, "How do you like my new outfit?" And it's the all purple, which is so just
It's so
starkly
funny. And
different.
I do love that it shows like his character and who he is, like how he's quirky and crazy. Like he's
Mhm.
not actually crazy, but he's
He's
an
just
old man
weird.
with dad jokes. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's just a
just
weird dude. He's like, I'm just gonna
yeah.
do. He's like, I'm having a good time. I'm vibing. Like, you
Yeah,
like
I'm
my new,
vibing. I know you're all
you like my
scared
new
of me,
duds?
but
He's like, I can do anything, but also, isn't my outfit cool?
and I'm wondering if that was a way for him to be like, look at me, do you recognize me?
Yeah. And Aang still
And he
doesn't
does
at
it.
first.
Yeah.
It's also good though that Aang's like, yeah, it looks good. And he's like, oh, you passed the first challenge. And he's like, oh, really? And
Yeah.
he's like, well, that wasn't really actually one of them. But like we'll get there.
Like his little
Um,
prankster.
yeah, which is great. And then so that gets into the first challenge. Well, one, we established that there's now creeping crystal around
Mm-hmm.
Sokka and Katara, which will like it's the rock crystals that will just grow to encase them completely, which would be terrifying. I can't
Yeah.
imagine having rocks just like growing over your entire body and like not being able to do anything
Do
about it.
anything.
Well, I
That
mean,
sounds a little claustrophobic.
they could eat them, but they don't know that yet.
They don't know that
Which is
yet.
also, I feel like that can't be good for your mouth though. Like it has to.
Oh, have you ever had rock candy?
No, actually.
It's like so cavity inducing. One bite and you're like, oh,
You're like, "Oh,
straight sugar.
I've just ruined my whole mouth."
I just ruined my whole mouth. I used to be obsessed
Cool.
with it as a kid. And yeah, like the crunch.
Mhm.
And then Boomy takes a whole bite of it.
Yeah, he just starts downing it, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man, I guess. So we've got the ticking clock now, where his friends
Mm-hmm.
are in danger, and so he's gonna have to go through all these challenges. So the
Mm-hmm.
first one is that he has to get the lunchbox key that's hanging from a chain in the middle of a waterfall, surrounded by a bunch of pointy rocks. This is just a cool like action sequence for the most part, kind of like it's him trying a
Mm-hmm.
couple different ways, and Boomy being like, "Oh yeah, no one's ever tried this before."
I
Like
do love that.
the
And I
normal
do like how
approaches.
it's a great way to show Aang's like way of thinking and his thought
Mhm.
process and how
Yeah,
he
because you
goes
really
about these challenges. Yeah. And
yeah, you
overcomes
go he
them.
goes through a couple different steps of like trying to figure it out, trying to get there. And then he eventually does get it. He like breaks one of the points off and throws that through after having like an air blast go through first to like get it,
Yeah.
and then he gets
Which
the
is so
key.
creative.
Oh, it's so cool. It's
Creative
such a
problem
cool.
solving.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's great. It's a good character moment. It's a great character moment. He gets it. And it's also I love
Character
how
moments are
like
not filler.
yeah, I love it. It's just like basically like F you whenever he like gets it above him. He's like, there's your key, man. Like I'm done. Bring me to the next
Yeah.
challenge. Like he's very over it. Um
I do love seeing Aang like this, like
just like
being a cranky kid.
Yeah, it's like impatience, but it's like a determined like impatience. It's not like
Yes.
like an impetuous. Is that the word? I think that's the word I'm looking for. Like it's not like an annoyed.
Don't
I mean,
ask
he is
me.
annoyed, but like he's just like I gotta get through. Like my friends are in
Yeah.
danger. Come on, let's go. Like,
Like this is
uh,
serious. Yeah.
yeah, which is good. And then so challenge two, Aang needs to find Flopsy, who at
Love
first he
it.
thinks is the small bunny, which is adorable.
Which
And
is
then
funny. I love that bit.
yeah, it's such a good fake out between the two of them. Like
Hmm.
classic fake out. You gotta love it. And
And
then
Flopsy is a gorilla goat. I think he's a cross between a gorilla and a goat.
the big one,
The big
actual
one,
Flopsy.
Flopsy.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
actual Flopsy.
because I guess the little one just isn't named. I'm gonna skip ahead and look at peek in this art book and see if they are. I don't.
I
Okay,
think
yeah, you're correct. It is a
it's
goat and a
just a
gorilla, and I mean, I guess he's maybe just like a baby version of Big Flopsy.
I
He doesn't
wonder.
have
Oh,
like.
it just says long-eared rabbit,
Okay,
aka
yeah,
fake Flopsy. They literally
fake
call the
Flopsy.
rabbit fake Flopsy.
Great name. Very creative there.
Yeah.
Love to see. um,
Aaron Alexovich
yeah,
drew the rabbit with the long ears.
he's adorable.
Just a
And
long-eared
so
rabbit. Yeah.
we get him finding and taming actual Flopsy, who's it's a crazy cross, a gorilla and a goat. That's terrifying,
Right?
actually. Um, who ends up just being a little cuddly buddy. Like
Oh, he's so
he just wants
cute.
love and belly rubs and stuff. So that's how he solves the second challenge, is being like,
Hmm.
oh, you just are nice. I need to pet you,
He's a
actually.
big puppy. Yeah.
Yeah, which is so cute.
Which
And
is so
Katara and
good.
Sokka are getting more and more
Hmm.
covered in the crystals. I can speak. It's
It's a
fine.
mouth twister.
A couple C
It's
words right
fine.
there. Um, but yeah, so now we have the final challenge where Aang is placed in an arena and he has to pick an opponent.
Hmm.
And so there's the two like super intimidating dudes that
I
flank
love
Bumi.
the two other designs of those two other
Yeah,
people.
they're
They're
great.
so
They
creepy.
honestly are so hard. Like it's dude's got a
Yeah.
huge axe and like all the spikes and stuff, and you're like, I don't want to fight like either
Like,
of them.
dang.
And so Bumi is like, you can pick whoever's in front of you, and Aang's like, anyone in front of me, and he's like, I'm gonna outsmart this guy right here, and so he picks King Bumi,
He
which
thought.
really
He
is
thought.
jokes on you, Aang. That's what he wanted you to do, and so I love the reveal that King Bumi is just ripped, like he's just
Yeah.
absolutely jacked, and it's hilarious. And so
It's such
we
a good
get
bit. And also, fun fact for anime fans, his stance is based off of the robots from Neon Genesis Evangelion, the Evangelions. It's like
mhm,
that stance, they wanted to incorporate that,
they nail
which
it.
I think is just
Yes.
a very cool thing. And also, Flopsy is, oh, no, not Flopsy, actually. This is going to be for our next episode. But
We'll get there.
there's more Neon Genesis Evangelion inspiration
That's so cool.
within the
I've
show,
been
which I
seeing
love.
Is there like a new season of that going on right now? Because I've been seeing or something. Is
No,
that a
they're
thing?
releasing the movie back in theaters
I've been
right
seeing
now.
a lot of
So,
talk
yeah.
about it recently, and I'm like, why is it coming up again?
I mean,
Anyways,
it's a classic.
I'll get there
that-
eventually.
That'll be another show.
So we get the duel between Aang and Bumi, which is awesome. It's a really cool duel. I
So
love.
great.
I made note of it, which we've talked about this because in the duels that Aang and Zuko had in earlier episodes, we noted how most of Aang's moves are evading, and Bumi literally
Mhm.
says typical Airbender tactic: avoid and evade. So I like that the
Yes,
show does
yes.
literally draw attention to the fact that like that is
Mhm.
very much an Airbender thing. That's how they fight. Like they're not trying to actively be offensive.
Yeah,
In
they're
their
mostly like
combat.
pacifists.
Yeah, which is great. It's again character stuff that's so
Hank's
good.
gonna pass a fist through your face. I'm so sorry.
That's so good. That's a Boomy joke. If
Got
I ever
that?
heard one.
I need a cough. Sean,
that's
added a
definitely-
cough in there.
That's
Little-
definitely going to be a short that gets pulled, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, we get the duel between them, which is awesome. Just stellar animation, and again,
So good. Like this is the
really-
first time I think we really see a master at
Yeah.
their element.
it's
Besides
also-
Zhao.
Yeah, it's also the first time we see a really, I mean, like Aang and Zuko duel with opposing elements, but they're not
Mhm.
really at the top of their respective. I
game,
mean, like
yeah.
Aang is a master airbender and Zuko's really good at firebending, but it's not exactly the same thing. So this is the
Mhm.
first time we really see like a full-blown extended like bending versus bending in different like bending styles duel. And I mean, they're literally in an arena that's made for it, and like it's just
So
awesome.
sick.
It's
Stuff
great
go boom.
animation. Yeah, like who doesn't love seeing stuff like giant rocks get thrown, and, like,
Flying.
blown up, and like come on, it's cool. It's a cool action sequence.
It's sick.
Hey, Aspect listener, enjoying the show?
Then be sure to subscribe here on The Aspect so you never miss an episode.
And check out more episodes and clips on our playlist here.
Thanks so much for watching, and
Lameo Hotman.